Hello, welcome to SPIMS Integrative Insights, the podcast where science meets precision medicine. I'm your host, Dr. Eduardo Beltran, and today we're diving into the heart of neuroimmune research with a powerful question. Can we restore microbiome immune balance in autism through a personalized, non-invasive, VDR-based approach? So that's the question. So this episode is based on our groundbreaking research titled Restoring Microbiome Immune Function in Autism Spectrum Disorder using VDR-BIF Method. So let me go ahead and break it down for you, okay? So autism spectrum disorder is rising rapidly, but what if the key to reversing many of these symptoms lie not just in the brain, but in the gut, right? So the gut microbiome is not just a digestive ally. It's a neurological co-pilot. And in ASD, we consistently observe four major aspects. We see dysbiosis, conditions such as SIBO and SIFO, the presence of biofilm formations, and significantly a lot of leaky gut that eventually leads to leaky brain, okay? So when the intestinal barrier is compromised, these bacterial toxins such as lipopolysaccharides, endotoxins, mycotoxins, they all slip into circulation, triggering an inflammation that affects both immunity and also brain function, all right? So when we think about the cells that we have in our body, we also have to remember that these cells have what we call vitamin D receptors. So these VDRs are the conductors of immune and neurological orchestration. So our study shows that in patients that have autism spectrum disorder, the VDR expression is suppressed by the presence of these endotoxins, mycotoxins, and chronic inflammation. This occurs through activation of a pathway known as the NF-kappa B pathway, leading to a reduced immune control. But here's the breakthrough that we were able to find. Through targeted vitamin D therapy and microbiome repair, the VDR expression can be once again upregulated, and we can measure this through a non-invasive procedure known as the VDR-BIF method that we have developed. We no longer need biopsies to determine and to understand the immune receptor dynamics. This is what I call precision medicine simplified. So our work aligns with the protocol that we know as the LGS Protocol, which is based on three major pillars. Here we have what we call microbiome modulation, using prebiotics, probiotics, postbiotics, antimicrobials such as oregano oil, berberine, curcumin, and many others, allicin, right, when they are indicated. It also has a second pillar known as immune modulation, where we use high-dose vitamin D therapy, magnesium, K2, glutathione, alpha-lipoic acid, omega-3, many other supplements, cofactors that are targeted and have anti-inflammatory strategies. We use an anti-inflammatory strategies, and we also use this through a diet that is known as an anti-inflammatory diet. And finally, we look also at the genetics. We look at the epigenetics. And we know for a fact that many of these children, many of these individuals have single nucleotide polymorphisms. So the third pillar of the LGS protocol is what we call epigenetic compensation, where we support these SNPs in the methylation pathway, in the neurotransmitter pathway, and also in the hormone metabolism. This system-based approach restores the gut-brain integrity and empowers neurobehavioral improvement. And that's very important for us. So as you guys know, vitamin D is not just immunological, it's neurochemical as well. It is a neurochemical. Calcitriol enhances enzymes such as enzymes that are very important for serotonin production, right? Via the TPH enzyme. It's also important, calcitriol is also important for dopamine production via the TH enzyme. Acetylcholine production via the CHAT enzyme. Norepinephrine via the DBH enzyme. So we're not just reducing inflammation, we're recalibrating neurotransmission in ASD children. And with this new method known as the VDR-BIF method that we've introduced, which is first of all non-invasive through immunofluorescence that can track VDR expression, and it helps us do a correlation between the gut microbiota, single nucleotide polymorphisms, and VDR status and behavior. And also, it is a metabolic and genomic framework for reversing symptoms in autism. You see, this isn't theory. This is evidence-based clinical action. Okay? And if you're a practitioner, patient, or parent looking for answers, feel free to check us out at www.spims.org to access our full article. All right? We're more than happy to share information for you guys. Well, thank you for listening. I'm Dr. Eduardo Beltran, and this is Integrative Insights. Thanks for listening. And remember, the gut is not just a gateway to health. It is the gateway to the mind as well. Thank you.